Blackhead prevention begins with understanding what blackheads really are. They are not dirt trapped in the skin, and they are not proof that someone is unclean. A blackhead forms when oil, dead skin cells, and debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug is exposed to air, which causes the surface to darken. Because of that, prevention is less about scrubbing harder and more about keeping the skin calm, balanced, and consistently clear. A gentle routine usually works better than an aggressive one. Washing the face too often or scrubbing too hard can irritate the skin and actually make acne symptoms worse, so it is generally better to cleanse no more than twice a day with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water, rather than very hot or very cold water. Content reference.oasite 0, index equals 0. One of the most useful habits is choosing lightweight, non-comedogenic products because oil-based or comedogenic skincare, sunscreen, and makeup are more likely to block pores. It also helps to remove makeup fully before bed, avoid squeezing blackheads, and keep the routine steady instead of changing products every few days. Content reference.oasite 1, index equals 1. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid can help unclog pores, and adapalene can help prevent pores from becoming blocked over time. Content reference oasite 2, index equals 2. The best long-term goal is not perfect skin every single morning. The best goal is fewer clogged pores, less irritation, less picking, and a routine simple enough to repeat for months. A practical prevention routine can be very simple. In the morning, wash gently, apply a light moisturizer if needed, and use a comfortable sunscreen that will not feel heavy enough to make you want to skip it. At night, wash again, remove any makeup completely, and use a targeted treatment only if the skin can handle it. Some people do well with a salicylic acid cleanser or leave-on product. Others prefer a gentle cleanser and a small amount of adapalene at night. These ingredients are usually more helpful when used patiently rather than aggressively. If a person starts too strong, the skin may become red, flaky, or irritated, and then the routine becomes hard to maintain. That is why a calm, consistent approach often works better than trying to force rapid results. Hair products can also matter more than people realize. If thick oils, pomades, or styling creams move from the hairline onto the forehead, they can contribute to clogged pores in exactly the places blackheads often show up. Washing pillowcases regularly, not touching the face constantly, and keeping phone screens reasonably clean can also support a better environment for the skin. Exercise is fine, but sweat left sitting on the skin for too long may irritate acne-prone areas, so cleansing after sweating can help. Compte reference y-site 3, index égale 3. It is also important to keep expectations realistic. Blackhead prevention is not a dramatic overnight transformation. It is more like maintaining a garden than flipping a switch. The skin responds to repetition. Gentle cleansing, non-comedogenic products, full makeup removal at night, and not picking at the pores can make a visible difference over time. But that time is usually measured in weeks, not hours. Squeezing or scraping at blackheads may feel satisfying for a moment, but it can make things worse and may lead to irritation or scarring. Content reference oasite 4, index equals 4. If blackheads are severe, persistent, or emotionally distressing, then getting tailored advice from a qualified dermatologist is the smartest move. But for day-to-day prevention, the core message stays the same. Be gentle, be consistent, keep the pores clear, and do not turn skincare into a wrestling match. And now, with all that sensible skin advice folded away neatly like a clean towel, the evening can take a friendlier turn. Instead of standing in a bathroom with a cleanser and a magnifying mirror, we can step into a small American town where retirement has given people too much time, too many opinions, and just enough energy to create completely unnecessary chaos around something that should have been simple. On a breezy Thursday afternoon in the town of Willow Creek, Indiana, 73-year-old Frank Dobbins was standing in his garage, staring suspiciously at a leaf blower. He had no intention of using it. He was only looking at it the way a man looks at a machine that has disappointed him in the past and might do so again if given the chance. Frank had been retired for 11 years, which he often described as a full-time position with fewer thank you notes. Before retirement, he had worked as a high school guidance counselor, a job that taught him two valuable things. First, people rarely follow sensible advice when drama is available, and second, the calmest voice in the room is often the most dangerous because it belongs to the person who has stopped pretending to be surprised. Frank lived alone in a tidy one-story house with a screened porch, a bird feeder, and a kitchen drawer that contained 12 takeout menus from restaurants that had closed years ago. He had a daughter in Chicago, a son in Dayton, and a next-door neighbor named Marlene Pickett, who had the energy of a campaign manager and the curiosity of a raccoon with a flashlight. Marlene was 70, quick-moving, impossible to discourage, and convinced that community spirit could solve almost anything except bad coffee. She grew hydrangeas large enough to alarm delivery drivers and wore reading glasses on a beaded chain that made her look both helpful and slightly judgmental. On that Thursday, she marched across Frank's driveway holding a clipboard and a blueberry muffin. Frank saw the clipboard and said, "No." Marlene stopped. "You don't even know what I'm asking." "I know enough. I brought a muffin." "That means the request is serious. It means I'm being neighborly. It means you need labor." Marlene gave him the muffin anyway. The town's Autumn Welcome Festival has a problem. Frank took a slow breath. Willow Creek's Autumn Welcome Festival was the kind of event small towns create when they have folding chairs, a church basement, and an unhealthy faith in decorative hay bales. There would be music, raffle baskets, soup, pie, and at least one person using the phrase handcrafted experience while selling scented candles shaped like fruit. "What sort of problem?" Frank asked. The host canceled. "Why?" He said he had an inner ear issue. "That sounds real." "It might be. But it also happened the same morning he learned there would be a live microphone." Frank nodded. "Ah, selective illness." "Exactly. So we need someone dependable." "No. You haven't heard the rest." "I don't need the rest. The first part already had clipboard energy." Marlene pressed on. "You'd be perfect. Good voice, good timing. People trust you." "People trusted me to explain college applications. That is not the same as entertaining senior citizens while someone drops a crock-pot lid." "It is closer than you think." Frank tore off a piece of muffin. "Get someone younger. Younger people don't want to host. They want to record short videos of themselves reacting to soup. That cannot be a real sentence." "It is now. Friday night. Community Hall, 6 o'clock. Frank narrowed his eyes. "Why does this sound less like an invitation and more like a court order?" "Because I know you'll say yes eventually, and I'm trying to save us both time." Frank looked toward the garage, where the leaf blower sat useless and smug. "What would I have to do? Welcome everyone. Introduce the school choir, announce the pie raffle, keep things moving." That sounds like 3 hours of organized interruption. That is exactly what it is. He sighed. "Fine, but only because you weaponized baked goods. I knew you were a patriot." Friday arrived with cool air, bright leaves, and the kind of sky that makes small towns look more charming than their zoning decisions deserve. Frank spent the day pretending not to be nervous. He reorganized a shelf that did not need organizing, adjusted the bird feeder twice, and ironed a shirt while muttering, as if the iron were personally responsible for civic life. At 4 o'clock, his daughter, Melissa, called. Marlene texted me. "You're hosting the festival?" Marlene should not have access to telecommunications. Melissa laughed. "Dad, you'll be great. I have note cards." "That means you care." "I have backup note cards." "That means you're still you." At 5:30, Marlene arrived to check that he was ready, which Frank recognized as code for making sure he had not driven to another county. The community hall was already full when they got there. There were tables covered in fall-themed paper cloths, jars of candy corn, decorative pumpkins, hand-knitted scarves, raffle baskets wrapped in cellophane, and enough soup to survive a weather event. Retirees sat in clusters with the confident posture of people who had opinions waiting to hatch. Children from the school choir were lined up near the stage in matching shirts, each child looking either deeply solemn or moments away from sneezing. Marlene handed Frank the microphone. "Why is this so heavy?" "Responsibility," she said. "It feels more like batteries and regret." She gave him a cheerful shove toward the curtain. Frank stepped onto the stage, adjusted the microphone, and heard a sharp squeal shoot through the speakers. Half the room jumped. "Well," he said, "that certainly got us closer emotionally." The room laughed. He blinked once. "Interesting. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Willow Creek Autumn Welcome Festival, the only event in town where you can buy homemade jam, win a decorative basket, and debate chili thickness with people you've known since 1989. More laughter. "My name is Frank Dobbins, and I'm your host tonight because the original host developed either an inner ear issue or a sudden fear of public responsibility. We wish him well. Now they